Hey everybody, it's Mad Mark. Now I know you've been wondering where I've been. Well, things have kind of not gone so great for me, which is okay with me. This is a little story about doing the right thing. Okay, all right. So I got caught up in part of that. The getting a loan for the house where, you know, it was set up where it was a certain percentage, and then after a couple of years it went up. And anyway, I did it for all the right reasons. I'm a single parent, own my own business, had an issue with a truck that I own, and I used personal income, which was the equity in my house, to try to subsidize the business. Mistake. Don't ever do that. Okay? With that, my house went into foreclosure. With that, I've had to do a bankruptcy. Now, let me finish the rest of the story. During this time, I ended up in this 100-year-old house, which is fine for me. But I went to a friend who I'd been giving business, at least I thought he was a friend that I'd been giving business to for a good maybe 8 years. And let's just say this guy's name is, let's just throw something out there, Frank, okay? And let's say that I've been supplying Frank, who owns a business where he does uniforms and stuff for a specific, you know, just for basketball or whatever programs that I had going on, because I'm the president of a rec council. And let's just say this guy Frank, you know, I go to him and I say, look, I'm really screwed. I got to get in this house. This house has a old tin roof on it and it leaks. So, you know, can you help me out? So this guy, let's, what do we call him? Oh, Frank. So anyway, this guy Frank says, yeah, no problem, no problem. So he sends me this one clown. Well, this first clown comes in and, yeah, I can do the roof, no problem. Well, money's tight. So I said to him, I said, hey, look, you know, can you seal it? Oh, yeah, I can seal it, no problem. $250, I'll seal it for you. You know, you'll be good for the winter. I'm like, good, because by then everything, the bankruptcy will be over with, the whole 9 yards. So check this out. He seals it. I come in a week later, and there's water inside the house. He didn't seal it right. And then when I call this guy, he ducks me. So a little time goes on. Meanwhile, I get this old truck that had a bad engine that I went and refinanced for. I got that truck running, and then I got so paranoid I decided I better sell it rather than put a driver in it and run it, because you know what? Trapdoor went out from under me. I need to take care of my money. So what I did was I sold it. So I call up my so-called friend. What do we call? Oh, Frank. That's it. So I call up this guy Frank, and I'm like, hey Frank, can you help me out, man? Seriously, can you help me out? You know, because I got a little bit of money. All of a sudden, next thing I know, oh yeah, I got a guy that can do the roof, no problem. So they come up and they give me an estimate, and they go, him and let's call this guy Steve, okay? So they come out and they do my roof. And I'm thinking, wow, this is really cool. Well, I have a chimney up there that was going up through the room, and they didn't like the idea of having to work around it. So I said, you know what, the 100-year-old house, I don't need the chimney. So I told them, take it out. So they bust it out, right? Okay. Now, when they bust it out, they let it drop down, fall down. There's a deck out back. Broke up my deck. But you know what? I'm saying to myself, don't say nothing. Be cool, you know. Just let's get this done. Then they go and they do the roof. And a couple days later, it rains. No, I'm sorry. It was, we had 2 weeks where it didn't rain. Then it rained. So I get on the phone and I call up, what did I say? Oh, Steve, okay? So I call up this cocksucking faggot motherfucking guy named Steve, and I'm like, Steve, look, you know, it's raining, and I've got these buckets in here, and I just put up drywall on the ceiling. So water's dripping through my new drywall, getting saturated. And he goes, well, what do you want me to do about it? I was like, huh? Are you serious? Well, I can't get out there until next week. Next week? How you gonna find? I said to him, how you gonna find where the leaks are if it's all dried out next week? Well, can you mark them? I'm like, I'm not hearing this, right? I am fucking not hearing this. So I called up my friend, yeah, Frank. So I call up Frank. I'm like, Frank, what's going on, man? Oh, hey man, that's between you and Steve, my friend, who I've given business to for 8 years, okay? But this fat son of a bitch decides he's not part of it now, after he helps out and collects the money. Alright, so I go and I hire this guy down the road, who is licensed, by the way. The Steve isn't licensed, and Steve does work under the table. You know, I forgot. I haven't gotten in touch with IRS yet on him. But anyway, let me come back to that. So I get this young guy to come out there, and he comes out. He says, "Mister, man, they fucked you." And I'm like, "What? What?" You know, he says, "Man, this roof is horrible." I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "They ruined the tin." He said, when they put it on there, look, I even have an example. This is tin from a tin roof. Okay. These are valleys, these are the peaks, okay? When you take a roofing nail that has a little, I don't know if you can see it on there, there should be a washer there. Instead, they got normal fucking roofing nails that you nail shingles on. You know, shingles, you lift it up and they got a piece underneath and you nail it and the shingle flops over it so water doesn't go in. These dumb son of a bitches nailed it through the valley. Where do you think the fucking water runs? Yeah. These two stupid cocksucking faggots go and do this. Okay? So I get this young guy to seal it, and then I flip the bill on these two dumb motherfuckers. Alright? Now, the guy comes out, he seals it for me, but he says to me, he says, "Mister, I can't guarantee that I'm going to get all the leaks." I said, "Do whatever you got to do. Come on back." So then, the funny thing is now, my roof leaks again. Alright? So I call this guy, and I'm like, "You got to do something about this, because I'm not going to tolerate this." So then they want to cut a deal with me to get me off of their back. I got problems with a roof leaking. They don't want to address the issue. Instead now, oh, well, let's just pay him off and get rid of him. Okay? What the fuck is that? Oh, and then it gets better. This cocksucker Steve, he's like 56 years old, saying he could kick my ass. That I better not say anything out of the way, because they ended up meeting me and giving me some of my money back. And he told this other guy, he said, "You know what, man, he better not say anything out of the way, I'll kick his ass." Well, look, first of all, Steve, I work out every motherfucking day on the heavy bag. See these aren't bullshit. This is for real, okay? Now let me tell you something. I hope Fat Frank, that's what we're calling him now, right? Fat Frank, yeah. All right, this motherfucker, man, he's yet to miss a meal. I mean, he's more, you know how his clock works? It rotates on food. You know, that's this piece of shit. Anyway, Fat Frank and Steve, I'll take both of you motherfuckers on at the same time, and I'll still kick your ass. Don't bring no boards, throw these up, and I will whip the shit out of both of you. See, Steve, he's been, what do you call it? Well, what do you call those guys? Homeless people. That's right. But he happened to latch on to a decent woman who doesn't see his bullshit, and I'm really sorry about that, because she happens to be a friend's mom, and that's the only reason why I haven't gone after Steve. And with that, watch out for people that aren't licensed. Watch out for friends who find somebody for you. Go check out their work before you have them ever do anything, or you'll end up with the two fucking idiots that I had, Fat Frank and Dumbass Steve. Alright? Peace. Man, Mark.